Okay, today we're going to talk about one of the traits of a good writer. And one of the traits is writers think of ideas. And when we think of ideas, there's a few different ways that we can do it. The first one that they show us is to make a list. So they're trying to find ideas on a story. They want to write a story, but they don't know what they want to write about. So they made a list. It says, people I know, teacher, baby, places I go, school, park, things I do, dance, swim, skate. So they made a list. There are a few other ways that we can make it, but we're going to try the list part first. So what you're going to do is on the back of that sheet, you're going to think of ideas. Now you can write the word for the idea or you can draw a picture just like they did. They wrote the word, but they also drew the picture. So if I wanted to go off what they started as people I know, I could make my list. Well, I know my mom, M-O-M. I know my sister, S-I-S-T-E-R. I know my friend, F-R-I-E-N-D. My friend or friends. My daughter, Zaleia, A-L-E-I-A. My husband's name is Brian. I know my dad, D-A-D. These are all people I know. Okay, and then I could also draw them. So if I didn't really know how to draw the word, I could always just draw the picture of them. There's my picture. So I have my mom, my sister, my friends. There's more than one, so I put two people there. Alea. Then I put Brian and my dad. So those are people I know. Well, where do you like to go? So this would be, oh, and I could put potato. Who is my dog? So I'm going to put him as well. So there's potato. So I could think those are the people that I want to maybe write about. And then I'm going to think about it. Well, I think that if I was going to write a story, I would write about my daughter and my dog. So I'm going to circle those. Who would you write about? The next part, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about where they would be in our story. So places, just like they did on the front, they showed us places. It says, places I go. Places I go. Well, I go home. So I'm going to put my home. My yard. I go outside. Go to the park. So I have my home, my yard, the park. I go to the grocery store. My little cart represent the grocery store. So if I was going to tell a story, I'm going to pick which one I would like. So I think I would do my yard. So the people in my story, or the characters in my story, are going to be my daughter and my dog. Then it's going to take place in my yard. And then things to do. What do we like to do? Ooh, we could play on the swing, the slide. So in my yard, I'm going to think of things that are in my yard because that's where I want to write my story. So I'm going to think of things I like to do in my yard. Well, my daughter really likes to swing. on her swing set and go down her slide, and the dog Potato really likes to go down it too. So I think I might write my sentence about the slide because they like to slide. So I'm going to write my sentence, Alea and Potato. So I capitalized Alea's name because that's her name, just like your name is capitalized, and also Potato. Potato is a vegetable, but in this case, it is a dog's name, so I capitalized it. So Alea and Potato, which are my characters right here that I chose, go down the slide in the yard. So there's my sentence. Alea and Potato go down the slide in the yard. So I used all of my brainstorming ideas to write my sentence. So I want you to try that too. What are your ideas? Make sure you write them on the back and circle the ones you want to tell about. If you don't want to write your sentence, you can always just verbally tell someone using what you've decided on your paper. So I could just say, Alea and Potato went in my yard and slid down the slide. I'm telling about each one of the choices. Can't wait to see your stories and your ideas. Keep it up.